Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to come on and do a general love reading or a collective love reading today before I start another round of zodiac readings. So I hope you guys are doing well. We're going to be looking at what you need to know about what's surrounding you in love. And as always, you'll know if this is your reading intuitively or not, if it's resonating. So let's have a look at what you need to know. You could be focused on self-love right now. You could also be getting some divine guidance through dreams. Perhaps you're dreaming about someone. It's also possible that the person you're connected to is having dreams about you as well. And then we have Chaser. But this Chaser card is different. Maybe you've taken your focus off of this person and you've stopped chasing them. And you're focusing on self-love, but this Chaser card that I'm seeing is actually a little different because it's actually about someone connected to you who's entering Chaser energy, wanting to come towards you, wanting to pursue you. So let's see what we need to hear. We have air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So you could be an air sign or you could have air placements, or your person could. We also have relax, step back, and trust guides. So perhaps right now you are taking a step back from pursuing this connection or chasing this connection, and you're focusing on yourself. You could be focusing on your dreams, on self-love, and really trusting your guides that if it's meant for you, that's funny. If it's meant for you, it'll come back for you. The letter R could be symbolic because we have like release and relax. So the letter R could be symbolic. But just as I was saying that, like trusting your guides, if it's meant for you, it'll come back. I'm seeing the release card. So letting go, trusting your angels. It sounds cliche, but that's saying if it's, let it go. And if it's meant for you, it'll come back. So yeah, let's have a look at what you need to know here. If that sounds like what you're going through. Let's see what you need to know. What does the viewer need to know? So I'm not going to take that full stack of cards. I'll only take the one I saw, but we have forgiveness and we have self-love. So you could be trying to release resentment towards this person. And it could be the more energy you put into yourself and the more you love on yourself, the closer this person is coming towards you, wanting forgiveness. You could also be forgiving yourself for, not showing yourself proper self-love, or you could be, showing yourself grace for maybe at one point you were chasing this connection. But I feel like that forgiveness is more interesting. I feel like that forgiveness is more about your person. And like I said, perhaps you are trying to forgive them energetically without ever having spoken to them. You could be releasing resentment, going within, treating yourself. And then we have communication. All right, let's see what else comes out. What do we need to know here, Spirit? We have fire. So forgiveness, breakup. So clearly this is a situation where you're in separation or there has been a breakup, and it says runner. And then we had that chaser card. So it feels like you could have been in a situation where there was runner chaser energy. And right now you are stepping back, going within, taking care of yourself. And, especially with twin flames, Baba Jolie just bopped. Baba Jolie just popped into my head. And one thing she always talks about with twin flames is the chaser has to give up the chase. And then once the chaser stops chasing, the energy changes and the runner stops running. And then the runner actually goes through an energetic shift where they become the chaser, which is kind of what I was talking about with that chasing card. So it does feel like you were connected to someone who could have been running from intimacy or running from commitment or running from this connection. We have fire energy, Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. And then on the bottom, we have longing. So it feels like, you know, whoever you're in separation with, this runner is actually longing for you right now, missing you. You're on their mind, desiring connection. You could also be feeling that as well. Underneath, we have dreams. So what I'm hearing is whoever you're connected to is actually having dreams about you. And then they're waking up, feeling your energy, thinking about you, desiring, wanting to connect with you. So let's see what else comes out. We have commitment. So yeah, that's what I was hearing with runner. I heard running from commitment. So it feels like right now you're actually committing to yourself. You're committing to self-love. But whoever this was that you were connected to, it feels like they were running from commitment. And, you know, I feel like you've stopped chasing and you've gone within. We do have, we have step back, trust your guides, release. So you could have seen yourself committing to this person, or you could feel like you have a soul commitment to them. I'm seeing the Hierophant. You could have offered this person loyalty as well. You could have, you know, I'm hearing you could have given it your all and they still could have run from you. And they weren't, I'm hearing they weren't running from you. They were running from commitment. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. We have unexpected. So this person could have not been expecting you to move forward without them or to release them. We do have like an unexpected, this looks like unexpected communication coming in from this person. So maybe you're not expecting this. And actually, I don't know if you guys ever pick up on it in my voice, but this whole time, my throat chakra has been closing over. So this feels like unexpected communication. Let's keep going. I want to get another row. So right underneath forgiveness, we have triggered. Oh, I don't know if I can show this card. Oh dear. And we have change. And we have proposal. Oh my goodness. So this person, you know, I'm going to keep this triggered card covered because I don't know if I can show that on YouTube without offending the YouTube gods. But I was looking at that forgiveness card when I was shuffling, and, you know, this person could have really, you could have really triggered this person and they could have reacted quite badly to you. And that could be what this apology and forgiveness is about. They could have reacted from a place of ego or from a place of shadow. I need to find something to cover this card. Hang on. So it also says, can't stop overthinking. So it feels like this person is overthinking on how to come towards you with this apology. They're overthinking. They can't stop thinking about whatever they did to you to hurt you. They can't stop thinking about it. They can't stop thinking about how they were reacting from a triggered place. Again, you could have seen, you know, the most shadowy parts of this person. And then we have change. So during this time apart, we have change is coming and we have courage. So it feels like this runner is having the courage to stop running. It feels like through your time apart, there's been a lot of change here. And then we have proposal. So we have offer of loyalty and we have love offer. Someone putting their cards out on the table. So it feels like this person is feeling inspired to come towards you with some sort of offer. And dreams, we have dreams again. So this person could actually be having dreams about proposing to you or being married to you. And it could be, you know, shifting their mindset, I'm hearing. So let's keep going. Fear of commitment, sign, confirmation. So this person does have a fear of commitment and they're overthinking how to come towards you with this offer of loyalty. Fear of intimacy. We have intimacy on the bottom. So this is someone who not only, and that's exactly what I said when that runner card came out. I said this could be someone who had a fear of intimacy and a fear of commitment. And that's being confirmed here. So clearly you triggered this person's fear of intimacy and commitment. And again, it wasn't about you as a person. It was about the emotional intensity they felt with you and this commitment energy they felt with you. The fact that they probably could see themselves settling down with someone like you. It feels like it activated that runner energy within them. This could definitely be like a counterpart type of situation. And we have clarity. So, you know, this person is seeing this clearly now, that they were running from their fear of intimacy or from the emotional intensity that they felt for you. And they've been holding back from you overthinking. We have 2 cards about overthinking. So they're overthinking. They've been holding back overthinking how to come towards you with an apology. They've been overthinking during this breakup, which is, it looks like it's brought them clarity. So let's get 2 more. Yeah, we have lessons being learned. So it feels like you're learning less important lessons of self-love right now, important lessons. You're going within and learning very important lessons, and you're moving forward and you're stepping back and trusting your guides. Again, important lessons of self-love. It's really giving me divine feminine energy, because that is one of the lessons the divine feminine has to learn. Actually, both the divine feminine and divine masculine have to learn that lesson about self-love and coming into inner union with themselves. But it feels like you know, you're not waiting for this person. You are moving forward, focusing on yourself, stepping back, trusting your guides, releasing it to the universe. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. You could be really trusting in divine timing right now, and I know that's hard to hear for some people. So let's get 1 more. So we have underneath twin flame. I told you, I freaking told you. So underneath unexpected, we have nostalgia. So it feels like this person wasn't expecting to, you know, if you're dealing with someone where you triggered that runner energy, this person could have been on the run for a long time. And in the past, this could have been someone who quite easily moved on from other connections, quite easily could leave people in the past. And it feels like this person, it's like they weren't expecting to feel this kind of, you know, 6 of Cups soulmate energy with you. They weren't expecting to be as nostalgic about you as they have been and miss you as much as they have. Because like I said, I feel like this is someone who in the past, when they were triggered or something didn't work out, they could have easily just been like, okay, on to the next, or I'm just going to keep doing me and moving forward. But they still feel this connection with you. And like I said, it feels like that's unexpected. This is also 6 of Cups energy, which talks about hearing from this person. So I do feel, we'll clarify with tarot, but I do feel like there could be unexpected communication coming towards you. And yeah, we have twin flame. So, you know, the twin flame journey, it's hard to understand for people who have never experienced it. And it's really about facing yourself. And that's what it says here, facing yourself. So it's like a passionate connection that's meant to face yourself and face your trauma and face, you know, the wounds or trauma that keep you stuck. And, you know, this person maybe wasn't expecting to meet someone like you. This could have been a very, like you and this person, like a lot of twin flames, could have met very serendipitously. Like maybe you weren't looking for each other. It just kind of happened. Neither one of you were expecting to feel this type of connection. But yeah, I was hearing twin flame for a reason. So I'm actually going to grab, I want to see how this person is feeling about you with a different deck. So I'm just going to go grab one other deck. Hang on. All right. I just wanted to grab, before I get to tarot, I just wanted to get a few cards from this deck to see how this person is feeling about you. So I definitely feel like you triggered things that this person needed to heal. things that this person needed to face. And look, we have ego, and that's what I was saying with that triggered card. You could have triggered their ego. So how is this person feeling about the viewer? Open heart. Music could be symbolic. For some reason, I'm very drawn to this sheet music here. Maybe you know how to read sheet music, or your person does. Or maybe music is just symbolic. So we have stress. So this person is definitely feeling stressed, you know, overthinking how to come towards you. It could be that they need to swallow their pride and swallow their ego in order to come towards you. You could be dealing with someone with quite a strong ego, I'm hearing. Someone who, you know, doesn't like to take accountability or has a hard time saying they're sorry. And then we have silence. So, you know, it also feels like this person could be going through a lot of stress right now within this silence. I do feel like some of it has to do with you and overthinking about you, but they could also be going through some sort of tower moment. And the interesting thing is about twin flames is that, and just keep in mind that when I talk about twin flames, it can sound a little woohoo, it can sound a little crazy. But the divine feminine offers, how can I put this? It's almost like the divine masculine is protected. When they're with the divine feminine, they're protected, spiritually protected. And then when the divine feminine steps back and releases, because the divine masculine isn't connected to the divine feminine anymore, that cloak of protection goes with the divine feminine. And then all of a sudden, the divine masculine starts going through tower moments, starts going through a wake-up call. All right, so let's see how this person is feeling about you. How is this person feeling about you? So we do have emotional storm here. So they're feeling very unstable. They're feeling very affected by this ending is what we're seeing. We have influences. So there could be third-party influences here. And third-party influence doesn't necessarily have to mean that there's someone else, although you could resonate with that. It's, you know, it can be, third-party influences can be so much more than another lover. It can be work, it can be family, it can be the opinions of friends. There's a reason why I was saying, like, a lot of people don't understand the twin flame journey. Actually, friendship or other people's opinions can be a huge, like, third-party influence, because just the opinions of friends and family about a connection like this can be, you know, oh, there's so many fish in the sea, just move on, just forget about them, you could do better. Like, that sounds toxic. So yeah, there could be third-party influences here. And it even says peers, so it could be friends. And we have second chance, reconciliation, making amends, opportunity, and then we have realizations. And that's what I was talking about with that clarity card. So this person is having an epiphany, going through an awakening, realizing they want to make amends with you, they want forgiveness, they want to apologize. There could be they could be being affected by third-party influences right now. So they could be going through some karmic lessons with, like, coworkers or family or friends, or if you resonate with it, another, like, a love third party in their energy. On the bottom, we have daydreaming. So this person daydreaming about how they would come towards you. And we did have that dreaming card come out several times. So I do feel like this person is getting, you know, I want to say downloads. So they think it's daydreaming, but they're actually getting downloads, which is divine guidance from their higher self, which is bringing about these epiphanies. How is this person feeling about you? So this person is having an epiphany about their runner energy, which is exactly what I was hearing with the commitment and the fear. They're having a realization that they have a fear of intimacy and they have a fear of commitment. And they're having a realization about why they run. They could also be having, this is actually good, they could be having a realization too about how they didn't just run from you, but that's like a pattern that they go through in their life where when things get tough, they run, or when relationships crumble, they run. We have open heart. I don't know why I just heard open heart surgery. I've never heard that with that card. Anyway, this is someone who sees you as like for how they feel about you. They could have seen you as someone very receptive, very vulnerable, very open. You could be an empath, having a realization that they ran from someone really good here. Even too, this realization could be opening their heart towards you. They could have had a blocked heart chakra, I'm hearing. So we're just going to get 1, 2, 3 more. 3 more. Divine Feminine, yes. So we have Divine Feminine here and we have boundaries. So for how they feel about you, we do have, you know, this person feels like you are in Divine Feminine energy, you're not chasing them, and possibly even you have some boundaries up. So you could have, you know, Queen of Swords, this person, you could have said, I know my worth. This is my authentic truth. This is what I want. I'm putting up a boundary. The boundary card can also be like if you didn't verbally put up boundaries, you could have energetically pulled your energy back and there could be, you know, an energetic boundary up. It's also giving me the energy that this person, you know, with this overthinking energy, feeling apprehensive about coming towards you. They see you as the Divine Feminine though, which means, you know, you're in Divine Feminine energy. You're in the energy of attracting, not chasing. It's also an energy where nobody compares to you. Like they've never felt this way before anyone before. 1 more for how they feel about you. Oh, and now we have Empress energy. Beautiful. So this is how they feel about you. Beauty, charming, graceful, kind-hearted. And again, emotional intensity. Like you could be someone very loving, very giving, very nurturing, and maybe that triggered their fear of love. Like if this person had lack of self-love, and let me be clear, a lot of people who have very strong egos and appear very arrogant and full of themselves are actually some of the most insecure people out there. So that could have really, like if this person didn't actually love themselves and then they felt this overwhelming love for you, or they saw you as someone very nurturing, very loving, a person can only meet you where they are. So if they can't even love themselves, how can they open up with emotional, like intensity towards another person when they can't even open up towards themselves in that way? The other thing I was hearing is this person could have had, you know, we seek out mowing the lawn. We seek out situations where, and we don't do this consciously, but we seek out familiar situations to what we're used to growing up. Especially like twin flames. A lot of the time I hear, you know, people say that their twin flame kind of mirrors how their childhood wounds or how their parent treated them. So if this person had like a parent who was emotionally detached or cold, even though they probably wanted a partner who was loving and open-hearted and caring, because it was unfamiliar, that could have also caused them to run. Because the word familiar stems from familial, which has to do with family. Anyway. Anyway, I'm getting a lot of downloads about that. So we have sorrow, loss, grief, depression. So they do feel a lot of sorrow for having lost someone who's so open-hearted, someone who's so feminine and loving and nurturing, someone who's so kind-hearted, charming, and graceful. All right. And you know, whatever they did here, this triggered could have been when the boundary went up. So let's get tarot for you. On the bottom, we have the Three of Wands and we have the Moon. So there's a bit more divine feminine energy. But the Three of Wands is about, it's about a few things, but it is about forward movement and growth and progression. So this person could have a fear that you're moving on without them. They could also be feeling uncertain on how to come towards you, how to progress towards you. So we have Cancer energy, Pisces energy, Cancer energy. We have the Star, Aquarius energy. So I do feel like this was a connection with the Moon and the Three of Wands and the Star. I do feel like this was a connection that triggered some shadows and some healing that needed to happen. I'm hearing fated connection. We have the Ten of Wands. So this could have been a connection that was very, well, it could have been a connection that, you know, made you feel very weighed down emotionally, especially if you were chasing this person. But now we've got the Two of Pentacles. So it almost feels too like this person could have had a lot of baggage that they carried with them throughout their life that needed to heal. They could have also had a lot of responsibilities with the Ten of Wands and the Two of Pentacles, preventing them from balancing this. Like work could have definitely, with the Two of Pentacles, work could have been a third party influence here. Two of Pentacles, you know, this person could have been quite inconsistent with you, didn't prioritize this connection. You could also be someone who, I'm hearing it for a reason, so I'm going to say it. You know, your head and your heart could have been at odds with each other, because when we overgive to situations, and this goes for work, this goes for family, this goes for friendship, this goes for love. When we overgive, it comes from a good place, but when we overgive, it can leave us feeling emotionally burnt out. And your head and your heart could have been at war here, because your heart or your soul could have been like, oh, I feel a soul connection with this person, even if you don't know how to explain it. But your logical mind could have been saying like, but this person is hurting me. There's something off here. All right, so let's see what's going on here. We've got the Hierophants. I said it with the Commitment card. So the Hierophant is, you know, to me, the Hierophant, it can be about a spiritual mentor, but to me, it's also about a spiritual contract. It's about a soul contract that's meant to teach us lessons. And I feel like that's kind of what we're looking at here. This connection was meant to teach both of you lessons. The Hierophant is also about commitment. It's about higher level of commitment. So I definitely feel like that's what you triggered within this person. This person could have triggered your own spiritual journey, spiritual growth, spiritual evolution. We have Taurus here with the Hierophant, and then we have the Sun. So the Sun is a very healing energy. So I do feel like this connection was meant to heal you both, especially on a spiritual level. It's also divine masculine energy. I saw the Moon. Now we have the Sun, Leo energy. All right, so let's have a look at this person's energy. Show me the person the viewer is connected to. That came out so fast. We have the Three of Cups. This person maybe prioritized like socializing or their friends over you, or the third party interference could have been their friends with the Three of Cups. But Three of Cups, this person is kind of, it's funny because I said about you could have gone between your head and your heart, like your soul could have been saying, this is my soulmate, this is my counterpart. But your head, your logical mind could have been like, but something's off here. They're not treating me right. It kind of feels like that is your person right now. They're in a battle between their head and their heart. With the Three of Cups, that is an energy of, I gotta say it, I feel like their friends are in their ear. I feel like their friends were the third party interference, and, you know, they could be spending time with friends who are, I'm hearing it for a reason, like they're getting into their head. But what's interesting about this Two of Swords card is that the feather represents mental thought and the heart represents the heart. It represents feelings. And you can see the heart is outweighing the mental feelings here. And the Three of Cups is connected to like reconnection. So I feel like this person's heart is kind of, they're being divinely guided to have a reconnection with you, to reunite with you. But like I said, I keep getting that message that their friends could be a third party interference here. Whether that was their friends in their ear giving them advice about this connection, or they prioritized friends over this connection. Let's get another one. Show me this person's current energy. Yeah, we have the Moon. So there's that fear. There's that uncertainty. You know, I want to say this person is, we have the Eight of Swords. So right now they are going, like they're overthinking it. They're overthinking how to reconnect with you here. There's an uncertainty of how to come towards you here. I'm also seeing that you triggered this person's trauma. You triggered their shadows. And it's like a battle of the intuition and the mind here with the Moon and the Eight of Swords. So this person, you can see them sitting in a window, kind of looking out the window. It's like this person is feeling like they're overthinking how to come towards you for this reconnection. We've got the Hermit. So right now they're hermiting. They're doing a lot of self-reflection. They're thinking about this a lot. They're definitely, you know, withdrawn. I don't think they're communicating with you right now. We've got Virgo, Pisces, and Cancer. So I want to look at your energy really quickly. Show me the viewer's energy. Oh, we've got the Sun. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So focusing on the positives, you could be doing gratitude journaling, I'm hearing. Trying to raise your vibration, focused on things that make you happy, bring you fulfillment. You could be spending a lot of time in the sun right now or trying to get out in the sun. Also, a little bit of divine masculine energy. It's interesting that they're coming out with divine feminine energy and you have divine masculine energy. So you're starting to understand your worth. You could be becoming more confident, but the Sun is also about healing. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. So you are, you know, putting effort into your own growth with the Page of Pentacles. You could be having some sort of new beginning in your life. You could be focused on, you know, the Page of Pentacles talks about possibly a new career. You could be thinking about your career purpose or your soul's purpose, or switching jobs here. But to me, I'm seeing growth. You know, you're putting effort into grounding yourself. There's also a crystal ball there. So maybe you have a crystal ball. But we do have the World in reverse. So this feels unfinished on your side. I think on their side as well. But the World in reverse, you feel like there's a void in your life. You feel like there's something missing. So clearly what I'm hearing is even if you've tried to let this person go, you still feel like there's something missing in your life. And you feel like it's unfinished. There's unfinished business here with the World in reverse. So let's see how this person is feeling about you. We have Leo energy, Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. How is this person feeling about you? We've got the Seven of Pentacles. So waiting. We've got Temperance. So it's like they're divine timing. They're being very slow about coming towards you here. The Seven of Pentacles, they definitely are waiting for the right moment to come towards you and invest in this. This is someone who sees the potential of investing in a future with you, waiting for the right time to come towards you for balance, harmony, and I'm hearing healing and resolution. Sagittarius energy. Waiting. They're waiting. That's how they feel about coming, like, not about coming towards you, but for how they feel about you. They do feel like you're someone worth investing in. But again, the Seven of Pentacles is an energy of waiting. And for some of you, this person could be feeling like you've waited for them, like you've been patient with the Temperance card. You've been patient. You haven't been rushing them. They could even feel like, I'm not sure if you said something to them. You could have even said, once you decide to heal, if you ever decide you want to heal and you want to work things out, I'll always have a spot for you in my heart. Like, this person, maybe you communicated something like that to them. This person could also feel like you're investing in other things right now rather than chasing them. Like, you could be focused on investing your energy in different things, like your healing, your work, your friends. I'm going to get another one. How is this person feeling about you? We have the Five of Wands in reverse. So this person wants resolution. They don't want to fight with you. They want resolution. They want to overcome these blockages. And Page of Wands. So this person does feel, an attraction to you. There is an energy of wanting to take inspired action towards you, wanting to communicate. We saw that in that very first deck. One more for how this person is feeling about you. I'm hearing, whoa, we have the Emperor. So this person feeling like, you are, I see the Knight of Swords on the bottom. So this person feels like you're no longer chasing them. To me, the Knight of Swords is kind of a chaser energy. This person feels like you are focused on your own stability right now. Clearly you are working on your divine masculine energy. I don't know if this person knows what that means, but they're seeing you, standing in your divine masculine energy with the Emperor, Aries energy. This person feels like they need to step up, which is interesting because I'm hearing like you step back, so they have to step up, because I keep thinking about that step back and trust your guides. So you could have been the one in the past, you could have been, I'm not saying you're the divine masculine, but you could have been in that divine masculine role where you were always putting in effort, you were always initiating communication, you were always providing, you were always, reaching out first, trying to make plans with them. You were putting in that masculine energy where they could have maybe been in a more passive energy. And it's like, now that you've stepped back and stopped chasing, this person knows they need to step up. Aries energy. So let's look at their intention towards you. What are their intentions towards you? My goodness. I don't know why. I started looking out the window like that Eight of Swords card that I showed you. I'm not even looking at anything. I just kind of was looking out the window, feeling your person's energy. So for how they feel about you, I almost said it here. I should have said it. This is their intention, sorry. But when I was in the feelings part, I was hearing they don't want this competition between you anymore. They don't want to fight anymore. And I was going to mention, you see these two opponents coming together and hugging. Anyway, their intentions, look, it says stop the war. So their intentions here, 5 of Swords in reverse, to make amends with you, to resolve whatever conflict there is between you, I already said make amends. There's like heavy reconciliation energy. We saw that in that feelings deck with a reconciliation. They want to apologize, their intentions to apologize, to have your forgiveness, to heal this, to come towards you with a romantic offer, to rekindle something with you. So let's see what action they're taking towards you. What action are they taking towards you? We have the Wild card. So the Wild card is about openness to change. So I do feel like this person is going to come towards you. Brown eyes could be symbolic, or a beagle could be symbolic. But I feel like this person, for actions, they're going to come towards you with an openness to change. And we do have change here, the courage to change. I'm hearing the Serenity Prayer. I'm not sure if anybody here is an alcoholic, or maybe your person is. But it says change is coming. And this is about openness to change. And it's about them wanting to go through self-improvements. So I'm going to pull another card because it could be that this person, you know, needs to feel like they've gone through a certain level of self-improvement before they take action towards you. But I'm going to get one more. Openness to change. So I feel like, again, they're going to come towards you and say they want to change this. What are their actions going to be, Spirit? What are their actions going to be? We have the 8 of Cups in reverse, and we have the 3 of Pentacles. So the 8 of Cups in reverse does show like a boomerang. It shows someone who walked away returning home. Someone who thought they could just walk away from those cups, walk away from and find fulfillment elsewhere. They walked away, realized fulfillment wasn't in the distance or on the horizon. It was back where they were. And the 3 of Pentacles is about working things out, wanting to get on the same page, wanting to cooperate. So I do feel like this person, you know, I'm hearing a very clear message, and it may or may not resonate with you, but this person, we've got 6 of Swords on the bottom. Devil in reverse, which is about ending of codependency. It's about more self-awareness. So it's almost like I can hear what your person's going to say to you. They're going to come towards you. They're going to come walking back, boomerang. And they're going to come towards you and say they want to try and work things out, and that they're open to change. That they're in a position where they're more self-aware of some of their patterns. They're open to changing some of these patterns, specifically about this runner energy I'm hearing. 6 of Swords is that reconnection, and that's what I was seeing in their energy. They're overthinking on how to reconnect with you. You know, 6 of Swords is about, it's about a lot of things, but I'm hearing the repair a disconnect. I'm going to get one more. Freckles could be symbolic. One more for action. One more for action. So we've got the 9 of Swords in reverse, and we've got the 10 of Swords in reverse. So the 10 of Swords in reverse is about wanting to take those painful, like remove those painful swords. It's about lessons being learned. It is about reconciliation. I'm seeing a few cards about reconciliation. The 9 of Swords is wanting to heal this, wanting to recover this. It's also them wanting to have a conversation with you and alleviate some of this stress and this anxiety and this overthinking that they're feeling. So I want to look at near future energy between the two of you. Connecting near future energy between the two of you. That can be like the next 6 weeks. So what is the connecting energy in the next 6 weeks? Well then, We have the Five of Pentacles, which shows positive change. You do have change here. And it shows someone coming in out of the cold. Someone who, you know, maybe they left you out in the cold. But this is someone like returning home. Someone coming in out of the cold. This is about overcoming adversity, overcoming challenges. And then we have the Ace of Wands, which shows movement. It shows inspired action. So I feel like this unexpected. I do feel like this is coming in the next 6 weeks. Eight of Pentacles on the bottom, which shows renewal energy. What do you need to know about this person? What do you need to know about this person? We have the Three of Wands. So this person does envision a future with you is what I'm seeing. For what you need to know about this person, Two of Wands was underneath that. So this person is preparing to leave their comfort zone and come towards you. But they're kind of in that uncomfortable energy right now with the Eight of Swords where they're overthinking it. They're overthinking how to come towards you, what to say. They could be planning on what to say to you. They could be like every day thinking about, should I word it like this? Should I just show up at their doors? Should I reach out to them through work? Should I like something on their social media? It's like they're planning on how to leave their comfort zone. And the Three of Wands, this person does envision a future with you. Birthdays could be symbolic. Like, you know, this person could have a birthday coming up, or you could have a birthday coming up where they're thinking about this, or you're heavily on their mind. I don't find the Three of Wands as a birthday card, but in this deck, it says happy birthday on the Three of Wands. Let's get one more. What do you need to know about this person? We have the Queen of Cups. So this person they're definitely holding back. Four of Pentacles. They haven't let you go. They could be like, because this says holding back, which is like Eight of Swords and Four of Pentacles energy right there. So it feels like this person, you know, their intuition is telling them to come towards you, but Four of Pentacles, they could be feeling insecure on how to come towards you. Four of Pentacles with the Queen of Cups, this person has not let go of the love they felt for you. And there's also this, you know, wanting to deepen an already existing connection with the Queen of Cups. Just 1 second. I just wanted to grab, I have this channeled message deck, which I'm going to use, but then I just want to grab a couple of different channeled messages. Being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity. That's exactly what I was saying with that breakup card. We have water energy there, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We do have chaser energy. So it feels like this person, you know, maybe one of the realizations they're having is that you were the one putting in all the effort or chasing. We have shadow side. I said that. You made me realize my flaws. And typically when somebody is, you know, has a lot of ego and you turn on that light onto their shadows, they kind of repel or they react. Just like if you were sitting in a really dark room and somebody came in and turned on the light, you know, you'd be like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Turn off that light. On the bottom of the deck, we have broken. I feel shattered about this situation. All right, so what does this person want to say to you? So we do have escape. I left when things got hard, and I feel like your person could have a pattern of this. Like whenever something feels hard, they run or they escape. We have indecisive. So you could have also been dealing with someone who was very indecisive. I know my inability to make a decision hurts you. We have reciprocity. I want to have equal give and take. So, we have unworthy, that was exactly my point with the Four of Pentacles. So this person's still feeling a little unworthy of your energy, which causes them to hold back. So we do have holding back. They've been holding back from you. And look at this. I haven't told you everything. And we do have third-party interference. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I keep hearing friends and family. I think that for a lot of you, the third-party interference was friends and family. There were other things that got in the way of us being together. So this person, you know, maybe has to tell you about that. Maybe you don't even know. Maybe this person comes towards you to have that honest conversation with you and tells you like, oh, by the way, my friends were telling me the whole time to not bother with this. Or, oh, by the way, you know, there's something that they want to tell you here. We have neglected. I failed to give you what you need. So I feel like this person is realizing that they failed to give you what you needed. They weren't meeting your emotional needs, possibly. And we have mend. I want to fix our connection. So interestingly enough, I went and grabbed this deck, which I don't use a lot. And look at what's on the bottom. You show up in my dreams. It helps me process buried memories. Which I kept getting that download of this person dreaming about you. That is a thing that happens. All right, so I'm just going to get a few from this deck. I just felt called to grab this deck for some reason. So what does your person want to say to you from this deck? It's a twin flame deck. Holy cow. What? Look at this deck. Can I tell you, that card doesn't come out a lot. And it always shocks me when it comes out. It says, we are coming into union. So whatever you're doing right now, self-love, you know, moving forward, trusting your guides, stepping back, surrendering it to the universe, trusting in divine timing, I feel like it's helping bring the two of you into union. I can't believe that came out. I can believe it. I do believe it. There's a lesson to be learned from this. So that I told you with the Hierophant, spiritual lessons that the two of you are meant to teach each other. We have patterns. My inner child was wounded when my parents couldn't respond to me in the way I needed them to. I am reacting from that wound. Remember the download I got about this person having a parent that was closed off emotionally? And that when we grow up like that, we think, I want someone who's different. I want someone who's going to be emotionally open and love me and be nurturing and, you know, be a good parent for our children. And then when it comes waltzing into our life, because it's not familiar to our family, it can trigger us. That's exactly what I was talking about. So I feel like you responded to that. You responded to them in a way that they needed their parents to respond to them. And they reacted from that childhood wound is what I'm hearing. I got that download for a reason. We have growth. I need to be strong in who I am before I can merge my energy with yours in the 3D. I'm afraid I could lose myself in this relationship. I want to keep that for the cover, so I'm just going to put it right there. We have, and that's what I was talking about with that insecurity they're feeling, that unworthiness they're feeling. And then right beside it, we have, I feel insecure and it's pushing me to grow. So this insecurity that they're feeling, it's actually pushing them to grow. May 4th, May 1st, May 7th, May 17th could be symbolic. April 5th, April 1st, April 7th, April 17th. For some reason, the 17 is standing out to me. It's also, 17 is star energy, so healing. January 4th, January 5th, January 7th, July 1st, July 4th, July 5th. Here we have another 7, so July 7th could be symbolic. Separated or together, we are working in tandem with each other. So just know that whatever you're doing affects this person's energy because you're mirrors. What does this person want to say to you? We have, because of you, I'm starting to see what's really important in life. Mission. And we have telepathic messages. One of us is sad or angry, and it's creating an energetic match in frequency with the other. Stay conscious of this, and if possible, try to help us elevate it. We'll just get a few more. We have, I'm tired of being away from you physically. I'm trying to process my fears, running, so that I can come back to you. Don't listen to other people. Remember all of the downloads I'm getting about other people's opinions. Don't listen to other people. Trust yourself to know the truth. We have patterns. So clearly patterns were being triggered here. I want to let my guard down with you, but fear makes me lash out in self-defense. The triggered. Remember I said it, that you could have triggered them and they could have reacted. We have mirrors. I've watched you change and grow so much. I'm trying to release my attachment to my identity so that I can change too. So they see you changing. And union. We must remember that we are gods, goddesses, and work to embody that energy. So, you know, if you truly want union, you need to embody divine feminine energy. And they need to embody divine masculine energy. You know, if you're still struggling with like wounded feminine energy or wounded masculine energy yourself, and I hate to say this because I know it triggers people, but like, if you're still struggling with wounded, distorted masculine and feminine energy, that's a blockage to union. And that's what I try and explain to people, and then I trigger them. Like, I'm thinking of this. Hang on, I'm just going to get the book. Hang on. So, if you are still embodying any of these distorted feminine energies or distorted masculine energies, it's incredibly difficult to come into union and into inner union, which inner union happens before union with your counterpart. So before you come into union with them, you have to come into inner union with yourself. So if you're struggling with any of the things I'm about to mention, I'm not saying it to trigger you. I'm saying it to you to bring awareness to it so that you can work to embody divine feminine and divine masculine energy, if that makes sense. One thing that, and I'll just be very open about myself, is not like I remember when I looked up distorted feminine energy and realized, and distorted masculine energy, and realized all the things I was still struggling with. One of them for me, just being completely transparent, was like hidden expectations, or expecting other people to know what I wanted without like clearly expressing my needs. Because I grew up in a household where we weren't allowed to express our needs. If we did, we got punished. So that was one of the distorted feminine energies I was really struggling with. But anyway, distorted feminine energy. I won't read this whole thing, but I'm going to mention some characteristics. So negative emotions, depression, neediness, a sense of going around in circles, feeling unattractive, or feeling powerless. So if you feel powerless on this journey, and again, I'm not saying this to trigger you, I'm really not, but if you feel powerless, and you feel frustrated, and you feel a sense of like needing union, that is an indication of some distorted feminine energy, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying this to trigger you, I'm saying this to try and help you realize some of the distorted characteristics that you still might need to work on. that could be blocking union with yourself, union with this person. And you've got the union card here, and you've got this card here. So I feel very called to talk about embodying divine feminine and divine masculine energy for you. Distorted feminine can also be dishonest by means of manipulation, not saying what she really means, or being unclear about what she needs. And that's what I was talking about with myself. So I was being really unclear about what I needed, and about my own boundaries. This gives rise to unspoken or even unfair expectations. So expecting someone to, meet me the way that I expected them to without ever telling them that, if that makes sense. The distorted feminine can also seek to catch out or trip up another in order for to have something to be angry about. So almost like, how can I put that? Almost like trying to trip someone up just so that you can, say, see, I knew you hadn't changed, or like I'm hearing baiting. Again, I'm not saying any of this to trigger you. I'm not saying that you're doing any of these things. This is a collective reading. But with a combination of these two cards, my guides are telling me to talk about it. So insecurity too. So wherever you're struggling with insecurity, whether it's with this connection, within yourself, with your career, that's distorted feminine energy. Life feeling like a struggle. And again, this card says it, like this energy is coming up, or this message is coming up, so that you can acknowledge and heal these things. And if you're feeling triggered, like I said, that could be a sign that they do need to be acknowledged and healed. Do you blame others for the things that aren't working in your life? Do you second guess yourself or imagine that other people think ill of you? Are you afraid to ask for what you really need and want? Or are you waiting until, I'm feeling triggered by this one, or are you waiting until someone else figures it out and gives it to you? That's the one that triggered me when I read this. Are you dwelling on old feelings of hurt or disappointment? And that's why I talk so much about releasing resentment, not dwelling on those feelings. So your angels and spirit guides want you to know that now is the time to bring this energy to the surface. Bless it for what it has taught you, then let it go. It's time to live in and for the present. So start living for the present moment rather than thinking about what happened in the past, worrying about what's happening in the future. I know it's easier said than done. And it's really easy for me to sit here and be like, you need to do this and you need to do that. Just know that these are things that I've had to work on. Like, again, when I read this, I was very triggered by that one that said, are you afraid to ask for what you really need? And as I'm saying it, my throat's closing over. Or are you waiting until someone else figures it out and gives it to you? I was waiting for that person to figure it out and just give it to me, which is not the healthiest. And distorted masculine. Unwillingness to trust. And that goes like for trusting the divine, or trusting the universe, trusting yourself, trusting this person. Tending to ignore emotions and intuition. Wanting proof. So wanting proof or validation in the 3D for some of these things, like wanting proof of them communicating with you, for example. I can just feel the people I'm triggering. I'm sorry. Insisting on a logical or rational approach. My throat. Blocked throat chakra. What else? Distorted masculine energy. Tends to work within a win-lose dynamic where there can only be one winner, one first prize. I'm not saying that's you, but that's kind of that energy of like arguments. What else? There's something about time. Do you live by your clock and diary? Do you live by the calendar? Do you live by the timing of like how many months it's taking, this kind of thing? Do you push everything aside until your work is done? So do you prioritize work over self-care? Do you feel like you need to get all your work done before you can do something nice for yourself? Is work the be-all and end-all? Do you ignore your intuition or the messages from your body urging you to rest and relax? So if your body's telling you like, I don't think I have to explain this, but if your body's telling you like, I need a break, I'm not feeling well today, and then your logical brain is like, but I have work to do, I have to get it done, work is the most important thing. Distorted masculine energy. Are you afraid to feel your emotions for fear of being overwhelmed? So are there emotions that you are holding within you and not feeling? Anyway, I needed to mention it. And then the divine feminine. Let me talk about, this is the whole reason I'm bringing this out, because this is a union card. And we need to embody the energy of divine feminine, divine masculine in order to come into union, even with yourself, inner union. So divine feminine characteristics: nurturing behavior, patience, caring, acceptance, trust, going with the flow, harmony with natural cycles, sharing, communal cooperation, healing, a connection to nature. Go hug a tree. That's from me, not the book. Go hug a tree. And a more circular, organic way of getting things done. Intuition, especially the decision to use it and trust it, is extremely important. So not trusting your fear or your logical mind, but trusting your own intuition, and nobody can validate your intuition for you. I can't. I mean, I hope that I do sometimes, but I always say it's not like, this is turned into what is happening at the end of this reading. I always say it's not like a magical fairy is going to appear out of nowhere and validate your intuition. That validation has to come within. It has to come within. I don't know what's going on in this reading. What else? Was that it? Make a commitment to listen to and trust and act upon your intuition more today and every day. So the more you listen to your intuition is like a muscle. The more you trust it, the more you listen to it, the stronger it becomes. And not just about this connection, about other things in your life. Your heart and intuition are calling out to you, urging you to trust your feminine energy more and more. And then divine masculine energy. So, divine masculine energy characterized by protecting what is truly valuable, being attentive, helpful, and able to make decisions. And your person had a card about being indecisive. That's distorted masculine energy, indecisiveness. Leadership qualities, a sense of accomplishment, setting goals, building and creating for the good of all rather than individual gain. While facing and overcoming challenges in a more linear, direct approach to getting things done. The divine masculine is sensitive, spiritual, and intuitive, but approaches these and expresses these qualities in ways that are different from the feminine. The masculine enjoys getting results and experiencing a physical outcome from their effort, often utilizing art or music as a rich embellishment to honor the feminine energy that also flows through their creation. The divine masculine can move mountains yet be incredibly subtle at the same time. What else? That's it. You have drawn this card because your reader decided they wanted to read it to you, but because your masculine energy needs to create or achieve something, to bring a project through to its fulfilling conclusion for the good of all, and to let go of the idea that you are weak because you need nurturing support from someone else. It says the feminine, but look to the things that need to be done in your life, look to where you are too hard on yourself or excessively independent and give your divine masculine, which is talking about the divine masculine energy within you, not this person, permission to work their magic in their own way. All right, I'm going to stop now. This little, what feels like a lecture is going to stop now. So, my friends, as always, I am sending you lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.